What do you get when you combine a dating simulator, hot anime women, and a puzzle game? You get a lot of crap on Steam. But what if you wanted something good? A good game, so to speak. Well, I want to make your life easier and just tell you what that good game is. Because today's game is Huniepop. Good old Huniepop. You know, this game has quite a few accolades on my Steam account. For one, it's the only game where I have all the achievements for it. And these are not very easy achievements, so I gotta say, I feel accomplished. Sleeping with all the girls in 18 days was quite an adventure. Man, I should go out and meet some real women. Also, I have over 100 hours on this game. The only other games that top it are Team Fortress 2 and Half-Life. I also have some pretty funny history with this game. I remember it was about 3 years ago. It was the summer of 2016. My friend came over and he showed me the game. And I immediately made fun of him for playing it because I was like, oh my god, dude, you're playing a dating simulator? You know, with anime women in it? Are you kidding me? Then he gave me the mouse and forced me to play it. And I quickly realized, oh shit, I need this game. So the very next day, I ran out to King Soopers, of all places, and I got myself a $20 Steam gift card. Now, when I got home, I originally intended to buy this along with another game. I'm like, well, may as well. I got 20 bucks. I might spend it on like another Quake game or something different. But then I saw that it came with a bundle, and the bundle included the soundtrack and the digital art collection. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna spend all my money on this game right here. So that's exactly what I did. And I could not be happier with that purchase. That was one of the best $20 I ever spent in my entire life. The soundtrack and the digital art collection are fantastic, but I will talk about those a little bit later, because right now, let's get into this game. First things first, when you get to the main menu, pick your gender. It doesn't really have a huge impact on the gameplay, but it's there. After you've done so, you'll be greeted by a girl and some of the worst dialogue options I have ever seen. Seriously, even me at my most awkward wouldn't be this bad at talking to girls. So, after this first encounter, you head back home and a fairy shows up in your bedroom. Turns out it's the same girl that you saw at the bar earlier. After another conversation of her just chastising you on how bad you are with girls,
we need to get started right away. Tell me, how many dates have you been on? Oh my god, it's worse than I thought, isn't it? Alright, grab your shit, we're going on a date right now.
She takes you to the outdoor lounge where the tutorial begins. As you can see, it's a puzzle game, and a very good one at that. But here's how to play. There's a bunch of tokens on the grid. All of them represent different things. 4 of them give you affection points. They are romance, sexuality, flirtation, and talent. At the very least, you have to match a 3 of a kind, which will give you minimum amount of points. But you can also work your way up to a 4, 5, and even 6, 7, and 8 combos. The pink hearts resemble your passion level. Passion increases the amount of affection points that you get. So if your passion is at 0, you get minimal amount of points. So it's very smart to get that increased at the beginning of the date. The bells are joy tokens. Matching these will give you extra moves as the date goes on. I forgot to mention that you have a limited amount of moves at the start of each date. You always start with 20, which sounds like a lot, but if you're not paying attention, you can use all those 20 moves in a blink of an eye. The teardrops resemble sentiment, which can give you access to using special power-ups in the form of date gifts. These can be really helpful and in some cases are essential, especially in the later parts of the game where the dates get increasingly more difficult. Using these can help increase your passion level. It can consume a certain amount of tokens, certain rows, columns. Some of them can also convert tokens into different kinds of tokens, which is very useful. Then there are the dreaded broken hearts. These do what you would expect and actually hurt and take away points from the date. These can just ruin a date in literally one single move. If you make one wrong decision, that whole date can be ruined. To make matters worse, it pisses off the girls. And speaking of the girls, you can't have a dating simulator without a good variety of dates. This game includes 12 girls that are fully voice acted, and they all have their own little quirks and personality. Getting to know them will really help you out in the long run, because every time you ask them a question or answer one of their questions, you get honey for it, which can be used to upgrade your traits, which in turn makes the dates a lot easier. Giving the girls gifts also grants you honey. There's also an interesting mechanic where if you give the girls alcohol, it'll grant you some early sentiment in return, and that makes it easier for harder dates, which is really nice. That can also grant you some extra honey as well. Another thing is that each girl has her own unique schedule, which can be really frustrating if you're trying to go for the pickup legend achievement, but I do feel like it was necessary to have it in the game. After all, it is a simulation. The girls are also pretty fun to interact with.
This could be good for a laugh.
You better know my birthday. It's so easy to remember. What did you do? Write it down?
No. I looked it up. My personal favorites being Audrey, the bitchy redhead, the cheerleader Tiffany, and Celeste, the alien. There are a couple hidden characters, a girl named Momo, who's really just a cat lady, and the previously mentioned Celeste. There's also Venus, the goddess of love, but she's only unlocked after you sleep with all of the default girls, which only happens on the 4th date at night. You can unlock different hairstyles and outfits for each girls too, which is really nice. That's pretty much all I can say without going into risky territory. This game definitely earns the mature or even the AO rating. That being said, I still have tons of fun coming back to this game and playing it. This might be one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite, puzzle game of all time. I love interacting with the girls here, and wow, I can't believe I just mentioned I have a lot of fun interacting with virtual women. I can hear my friends and family's disappointment in me as we speak. Isn't that lovely? But no, in all seriousness, if you want a good game for $10, I recommend this one wholeheartedly. You will not be disappointed at how great it actually is. There really isn't that many issues with the game either. I mean, if you play a lot of puzzle games, you probably notice something more than I have, but for me, really the only problem I have with it is the unpredictable nature of it, but again, that just goes along with it being a puzzle game. See, whenever you match tokens, there is a chance that broken hearts can fall onto more broken hearts and just instantly take away points, but that's not really an issue until you get into alpha mode. The music in this game is also really well done. Each track fits into their proper themes, and nothing feels out of place, and even though it has a certain pop sound to it, it doesn't annoy me at all the same way actual pop music does. Finally, I think the digital art collection is pretty cool. It comes with some concept art for outfits and locations, along with some promotional material. The promotional material is probably my favorite part of it. I just like seeing this stuff. And there's a lot of other things in it that I'm not going to show here because, well, I would like you to see it for yourself. So with that being said, please go out and buy this game right now. If you don't have Steam, download Steam, get yourself an account, and spend $20. It'll be the best $20 that you'll ever spend in your entire life, and you will thank me for it. I promise you.